So, what leads you to this topic of healing? Why did you?
Because I feel that it's something that's been on a lot of people's minds, a lot of people's hearts, but they they hardly get a chance to talk about it
Yeah.
because probably they are either too uptight
Mm,
or they don't know how to properly come out and talk about it,
yeah.
or they don't have the courage or the energy to talk about it.
Yeah.
And also, people also don't have the chance to listen to other people share ideas or share more insights about it to
Hmm.
also learn from that. So they
Yeah.
tend to keep to themselves and then they continue to suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I think I've watched a few clips of people talking about healing and if people actually do heal completely or if it's an on and off thing or kind of, yeah. So I think it's something that's a bit on my heart for some time
Mm,
because I also realized for a while I've been in situations where I thought I was okay,
yeah.
and then later I realized no,
Yeah.
I'm not completely okay,
Yeah.
on and off, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I started to read more about it, things that you can do
Hmm.
to properly heal or to properly come out of a situation, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think,
But why now though? Why did you wait a whole 3 decades to speak up?
oh, right now,
Yeah. Were you
because
afraid that you'd be judged?
no,
Were you
I
afraid
don't
of the
think I was
critics?
afraid. I don't think I realized my situations early enough. Yeah, so that's the reason why. It's not like I started. I started going through, or I started. Sometimes if you've not been through situations, you
Correct.
don't know
Correct.
they actually do exist.
Correct.
Maybe sometimes you've seen it or you've heard it somewhere, but
Yeah.
you don't really know if they even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had also not seen people go through them. Yeah, so
Mm.
maybe that's just a reason
So
why.
you
Not that I
being
was afraid or anything, no.
yeah. So you being like I mean, I'll say the example to people around you. Say that hey, I went through this, and I want to tell you my story and how I was
It's
able
not
to.
even purposely about me telling my story. It's about letting people know that they can actually do come out of pain or trauma or depression.
Oh.
Yeah. So even if I didn't have even any story, I think that I wanted to let people know that it's not a permanent thing
Yeah.
or it's not something that should lead you to commit suicide, lead you to continue being your shell, lead you to not to explore,
Mm.
lead you to come out in the open and actually do what you are purposed on earth to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are some people who have actually do kept themselves in their shell because they don't want to come out. They feel that they can never achieve what they set to achieve. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that kind of thing. So even without a story, I feel that people should know that they can actually come out and actually do what they want to do.
Mm.
Yeah, and even if they feel that they can't be completely healed, they can actually take a step and start working on themselves. And one day
Mm.
it's going to work out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you as I want to say I don't want to use as a case study, but like speaking of healing, I mean I think everyone goes through healing some way somehow. It could be emotional, physical, whatever it is, psychological. What aspect of healing are you referring to? Like what aspect of healing do you want us to
I think it's
delve on?
more of the emotional side. Yeah,
Okay.
because that breaks people more than the physical. The
Okay.
physical is it could be an injury, it could that one you can just go to the hospital,
Yeah.
you'll be fine. The
Yeah.
physical side is not really affecting people that much,
Yeah.
but the emotional side is what hurts people, kills
Mm.
people, and affects people a lot.
Mm.
So that's where I feel that we should touch more base on, and also let people know that they can actually work on themselves and actually be fine or be whole again. So
So
that's how I feel.
how would you tell somebody listening to heal emotionally? What are some of the steps that they can take?
Some of the steps is to first realize that you have a problem
Okay.
and then be confident that you want to work on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the first steps. And then you need to take adequate steps. If you feel that you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to a therapist, you need to talk to a friend, you have to take that step. If you feel that you can talk to yourself or be more accommodative of yourself and still work on yourself properly, you also need to do that. If you feel that when you talk to people you'll be criticized and it would affect you the more, then keep to yourself and start taking steps. Start reading, listening to podcasts like this, start reading books that are purposely for healing. And I think some of the other steps are you need to also take care of yourself. You need to eat properly.
Mm.
You need to do things that will make you happy. You need to tell yourself that I want to be happy.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't give yourself that chance, it's going to be difficult.
Mm.
Yeah, you need to look good. I mean, when you're going out, you need to dress properly, look in the mirror, and feel sharp. Because what's going to happen if you wake up in the morning? You look all, I mean, battered up and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't sleep properly. Your hair is not properly done.
Yeah.
I mean, you are going to give up. You
Yeah.
feel that, I mean, you don't even look good.
Mm-hmm.
You are not eating properly. You are
Mhm.
growing lean.
Mhm.
So what makes you think? What shows that I even have a chance at healing?
Mm.
So when you give yourself that chance, you look in the mirror. Oh, I look sharp. I look this. I mean, people are happy for me. I'm happy. I go out with my friends. I mean, all these people are happy to have me around. So why can't I just come out of my? I mean, there are people who are still there for me.
Yeah.
So why can't I just come out of my shell
Yeah.
and actually do what I want to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that your circle plays a role when it comes to like you healing.
Yeah, your circle plays a role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you feel that your circle is not going to help, then you need to take another step. So it
Which
depends on
is
the individual.
okay.
It depends on the individual. Maybe you are somebody whose friends are always negative.
Okay.
I don't think you need to be in that
Be
kind of circle.
Correct.
Yeah. If that one, you need to see start a therapy or something, you need to take that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you start a therapy and you think that is also, or if you feel that the therapy isn't going to play a major role and you think that your friends are more positive and can help, you start with that.
Okay.
You start with that. You talk to someone, you talk to them. I mean, if you always have to hang out after work, if you don't need to keep yourself indoors. You just need to do things that will make you forget about your problems or your trauma or your depression. And with time, it's going to go.
Do you think it actually goes like completely?
I don't think it's going to go completely. And I feel that time will heal wounds. So I feel for some time, or even it could even be forever, it won't go
Yeah.
completely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But you could take steps in order to minimize it.
Okay.
Yeah. There are times that it will just drop in your head.
Okay.
Yeah. But by the time, maybe after some year, you know what to be doing when those thoughts come.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to watch a movie, you need to listen to music, you need to just call friends and just tell them, I mean, the thoughts are coming again, blah, blah, blah. I mean, or if you want to not talk about it completely, once it's happening, just read a book, watch a movie, listen to music, or if you have to speak to your therapist, if you have to speak to just friends, I mean, if you have to just go out to play soccer, do something. Do something that's going to take you out of it.
Okay.
Because, yeah, as you said, yes, it might not go. There
It
are
might
some
not.
people,
Yeah.
depending on how you work on yourself, it can go completely.
Yeah.
Some, it might not go
Yeah.
completely. Or others too, it can go, or you feel it's gone, and then there's a situation that happens 5 years later, and then it triggers it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just have to, that's what I'm saying, before everything, you just have to tell yourself, I want to work on myself.
Okay.
I'm confident that I can actually do work on myself. Because
Okay.
if you don't believe it's going to work, I mean, whatever you are doing
That's
will
the
be,
worst.
they will
Yeah.
say cause 90.
So,
Yeah.
so I know some people say that emotional healing can be, seen as a spiritual thing. What would you say about that?
Okay, sorry, I forgot something.
Okay.
You need to involve God from the
Okay.
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I missed that. You need to
Okay.
involve God right from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to pray about it always
Okay.
and make sure you tell God that you want to work on this.
Okay.
You want the healing.
Mm.
You want the healing. Yeah, emotions, once it's emotions, because a pastor friend told me that when it gets to that point, you need to drop the emotions and go to the spiritual aspect.
Okay.
Because sometimes all this depression and all these things is coming from the devil.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just to hinder you from setting goals or things that you have to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember there was a time where I was in church, and then I was somewhere at the back, and my pastor just, I think that pastor barely even knows me. He
Okay.
just pointed. I mean, I'm a bit colorblind.
Okay.
So when I finished, he points. He said, "The boy in green, blah blah blah. Yeah, you are blessed. on what and what and what. So when I even finished, I had to call my friend on video call and ask him, is the color of my shirt green? Yeah, because I'm a bit colorblind.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll call him back. So I later went to see him. I said, is there a reason why he said that? He said, yeah, I see that you're going through certain things. I mean, you feel that it's depression, but it's not. It's just the devil trying to take your mind off certain things. Yeah, and blah blah blah. He told me all that. I said, yeah, it's true. I've been going through some things. I mean, and I feel depressed. I said, no, I should never say that because I'm not depressed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just my mindset.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes it's also our mindset. Because sometimes the problem is not that big, but we make it big.
Yeah.
So before everything, we need to pray about it. We need to pray about it. If you have to fast, if you have to do whatever, but make sure you involve God.
Yeah.
Because you can speak to a therapist, you can speak, even make sure your therapist is a Christian. Yeah, there was a day I had to speak to a therapist. The first thing I asked her was, "Are you a Christian?"
Okay.
And she told me she understood because, I mean, it's not everyone. Because if the person is not a Christian, her therapy will be based on certain beliefs that you might not believe in.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to also find out that.
But in that case, are you not being partial in terms of you finding the solution to your problem? Because if you're saying that if you're looking for a Christian, the person has to be Christian before they can diagnose your situation. But if the person is not Christian, they can still diagnose it, but not in the way you want it to.
I don't think when you do that, I don't think you are being partial. It's their beliefs. Because maybe I'm a Christian, but I'm okay with most Islamic beliefs.
Okay.
There are people who are Christians who have read the Quran and they kind of believe in it. There are Muslims who have also read the Bible and they also believe in it. If I don't believe in something, I don't think I should proceed in working with people like people who don't. If I believe in the Bible and there's somebody who doesn't believe in the Bible, I don't think I'll want to work on certain things that has to do with emotions if the person doesn't also believe in the Bible.
Okay.
Because when it comes to emotions, there are certain things that we need to refer to God. Yeah. So if the person doesn't believe in it, I mean, it's going to teach me certain things that are not inclined to my ways.
But what if it's beneficial in some, even though it might not be inclined, but they might give you something that in the future you can use it as like I would say like as part of your toolkit in terms of like, oh, okay, this person said this, even though I don't believe it, I think to some extent it makes sense.
For me, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe other people believe that, but for me, yeah, with my experience and everything, I don't think that if you don't believe in Christ and you want to help me with certain trauma and depression I'm going through, which I need to involve God, I don't think I can. Maybe I'd rather read something of yours online, but I think to sit down with you face to face, I don't think you can actually help me because there are, as I said, there are certain things that even through the therapy, just prayer and things alone can just solve it.
I agree.
Yeah. So if before the therapy we don't even pray, after that we don't even pray, I mean, how are we going to solve my problem? Or how do I believe that it's going to solve my problem? So maybe other people will believe that, yes, but I would prefer to go with somebody who believe in things that I also believe in, or who at least believes in God. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Maybe if it's a Muslim, Muslims also believe in God. I can, but if the person doesn't believe in God at all, I don't think you should, because God is an integral part of your healing.
Correct.
You should involve Him. Yeah.
Okay. Because the reason I'm asking is because many might not be listening and they might not be Christians or might not be religious. Some might just be atheists, might not believe in God. So I wanted to know your path in terms of how to mitigate the situation.
So with that, I think you should. I mean, if you don't believe in God, there's probably something you believe in.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably something you believe in. I think there are some people who don't even believe there's even a supreme being. Yeah, so people like that, I mean, they also still have a chance.
Yeah.
I think that's also their belief. I'm not going to criticize them.
Yeah.
But they also have a chance at healing.
Yeah.
So they can also still speak to somebody. They can choose to speak to somebody. Or, I mean, what I know about Christians is they don't discriminate. So even if you speak to a therapist who is a Christian, Christians are not supposed to. Let me put it that way.
Okay, that's good. Because
they are not supposed to discriminate. So if you want to speak to a therapist who is even a Christian, I don't think from what I know about therapy, I don't think they are supposed to. Yeah. I know there are some therapists who actually also, the way I will prefer to work with somebody who believes in, we God at least.
Okay.
I also know there are some therapists who at least also want to work with people who believe in God.
Okay.
But there are also equally therapists who
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are open-minded and
Yeah.
want to work with anybody.
Yeah.
You can find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
can talk to friends. I believe you have friends that, I mean, who will probably share your same mindset. Or me personally, I also
Yeah.
have friends who don't believe in God,
Okay.
but I don't discriminate.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they are my friends. I wouldn't say because of that. Yeah, so if I can help you, I wouldn't say because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are also books, there are podcasts, there are movies that you can watch that will also help you. As I said, there are also, you can also do self care. You can also take care of yourself and all that. You can also do things that will make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut off things that will purposely, I mean, continue to hurt you or continue to bring memories. There were times where I had to cut off some of my social media off. Yeah, you can. So if you feel that there are things that continually going to make you remember some of the things that put you in that
That
particular
situation.
state,
Yeah.
just cut it off.
Yeah.
If you want to cut it off for some time or permanently,
Mm-hmm.
just do it.
Okay.
Once it's not adding anything purposely to your life, and feel that you can do without it, just cut it.
Okay.
Just for your
For your own
your
good.
mental state.
Yeah. I know May is the month for mental health, right? And I guess maybe I don't know if it's a coincidence why we're having this conversation.
Probably.
But you kept hitting on therapy. Is it I'm trying to ask this question in the sense that because I recently had a conversation with a lady who's also a Christian and she's a Christian therapist as well. And I was like, therapy, most people say therapy is expensive and that's why they don't want to go to therapy, right? And people say therapy could be talking to somebody they know.
Yeah.
So do you think that the biasness in talking to somebody they know is a path for them to also heal, or you think they should go
Yeah.
somewhere else?
I feel therapy is just not, it's not just talking to a certified therapist. Yeah, you can talk to a friend. You
Okay.
can talk to a friend that you respect. Because, for instance, for me, I know all the capabilities of my friends. I know if I'm going through this problem, I know the friend to speak to.
Okay.
If I'm going through that problem, I know the friend to speak to.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think as of now, you should know the qualities all your friends have, or most of your friends should have.
Okay.
So whatever you are going through, you should know who you speak to.
Okay.
If it's family or if it's friends, you should
Okay.
know. Even your siblings, you should
Yeah.
know everybody's strength
Yeah.
and weaknesses.
And weaknesses.
Yeah. So
Correct.
if you feel that a certified therapist is expensive and you can't, I think that you should just speak to friends.
Okay.
Yeah, you should speak to friends.
What about those who don't have friends? They're just by themselves and they're dealing with such situation. Like, because it happens. Some people are just loners. They don't want to. They don't have friends. They're just introverts by themselves. What should they do?
Okay, so I feel that first you need to speak to your maker.
Okay.
I know you asked if you don't believe in
Yeah.
God. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. If you don't believe in God, I feel you still believe in something.
Okay.
If those who don't believe in God, I mean, they'll still believe. You should still believe that every problem has a solution. Even
Correct.
if you believe in that alone, I think you should be fine. Yeah. If you don't have friends, if you don't have family, do your self care. Just make sure you take care of yourself.
Okay.
Do things that will make you happy.
Okay.
If you have to go and sit at a park or listen to music, watch a movie, do something that can just take your mind off.
Okay.
If you have to read, yeah, I mean, there are therapists or there are people who actually put up motivational quotes and things out there. If you
Yeah.
have to read them,
Yeah.
just to keep yourself motivated.
Yeah.
If you have to listen to music that's going to impact your life,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always something for somebody.
Some.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I think
I
you
agree.
can actually do it.
I agree.